Today we're going to talk about consciousness, and I'm going to teach you a little process that'll really be very helpful during your day to bring yourself back to divine consciousness. And consciousness is one of those words that, nobody really has a definition for. There's many different ways of looking at it. So the way we're going to be focusing on this as consciousness is that it's enabling you and me to assimilate and utilize information successfully and positively. The information coming from the 3D world, the information coming from the universe, from all the other sources, which is far more expansive than the 3D world. And it's also about adapting to the frequency shifts that we're all experiencing right now. This is universal. This is what's happening. And the more you are allowing yourself to be in higher consciousness, in other words, right now, you and I and every other living being on this planet has an invitation to live in our divine hearts, to move into creating your life from a fifth dimensional perspective of oneness, because this is where things will shift very easily and very profoundly for us. Now, this evolution in consciousness that's happening faster and faster and faster for us has been going on for about 200,000 years. It started about 200,000 years ago, where there was a dramatic shift in the DNA of humanoids. Something shifted that added a different element that all the other beings on the planet at the time do not have, and they never had. But that difference allowed us to create who we are today and what we are today. And this was very spontaneous. It didn't happen over eons. But the evolution of consciousness has evolved since then, slowly, until around the year 2000, where it started to pick up faster and faster. To give you an example, around the year 1800, it was taking approximately 20 years for a shift in consciousness to occur. Around the year 2000, it was taking less than a year. And then around 2011, so only not that long after 2000, it went from a year to 20 days. And since then, the frequency shifts have been occurring faster and faster and faster. What this means is that we have the ability to adapt and assimilate all these frequencies of energies that are coming to us in a greater and greater capacity. Now, having that capacity doesn't mean that we automatically absorb it. That's up to us. And this is where living out of your head, silly mind, little mind, and living in our hearts becomes very, very important. Because your heart has its own wisdom, it has its own intelligence. It has brain cells. And it also is the way that we connect with the universal energy, with the force. And so this is important. The more you are able to allow yourself to live, even in your ordinary life, going about your work, going about everything that you're doing from a heart-mind perspective, rather than a little mind perspective, then you will notice differences happening in your life easier and faster, simpler. And things will come to you. Things that right now you're maybe missing will begin to all of a sudden show up. So this is what I'm highly encouraging. Living in your heart, opening to receive these expanding, increasing frequencies of light force energy that are available to us. So, to help with that end, I'm going to teach you a little technique. Now, this is something that one of my favorite teachers, Greg Braden, taught in a recent Zoom video that I saw. And it's very simple. Involves 3 steps. I'm going to take you through these 3 steps. And yet it can have a profound effect on your ability of reducing stress and opening your heart in your life. So you begin by just sitting quietly, wherever you are right now. Allow yourself and your mind to begin shutting off all the stuff in the outside world. Shutting off all the 3D stuff and all your thoughts. Just begin to focus on you. This is an inward focus. And then I'd like you to take one of your hands and put it over your heart, so that your attention becomes focused where your hand is. Your attention becomes focused on your heart. And then you simply begin breathing in and breathing out with the simple change that allow your exhale to be longer than your inhale. So if you breathe in, say for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 6. So you're just breathing out longer. Why? Because that breath in itself triggers a parasympathetic response or relaxation response in your body. So continue that breathing as you then silently in yourself begin focusing on everything in your life that you're grateful for. Everything in your life that you're grateful for. And as I do that, it always brings joy to my heart. And as you bring yourself focusing on that gratefulness, if you run out of gratefulness or you want to shift, you can simply focus on positive thoughts. And we're going to do this for another little bit of time for the video. And what I would suggest is that you take this 3-step process that we just did and practice it for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes at a time. And you will notice a difference in your energy and your stress. You'll notice a difference in your attitude. And you can practice this and you can do it over and over throughout the day as you need to. The whole thing just takes a couple minutes, but it can have a really sweet, profound effect on your day by practicing this. So that's the gift I give you for today. I love you, and I'll look forward to talking to you again soon.